Hey, everybody. It is Thursday, and that, you know what that means. It's Thirsty Thursday Live with Cape May Brewing Company. I'm your host. My name is John Couchoud. I'm the editor and founder of South Jersey Beer Scene. And with me today, I have, first of all, you guys all know and love him. He's been on the show. He's like a permanent guest here. Justin Vitti. He's the operations manager at Cape Beverage. Hey, Justin, what's up?
How are you, John? Thanks for having us.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on your channel. And a newbie, we got a newbie here, Justin. I'm gonna do something cool. I'm gonna flip me down to the bottom here and flip you up to the top. How's that sound? There you go. There you got Eric Worman. Eric is the sales manager for Cape May Brewing Company. And Eric's first time on the show. How you doing, Eric?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there he is. He's got the max headroom thing going on.
He's glitching.
He's glitching. There you go. Eric, we'll let the video catch up with Eric real quick. Boy, it was working fine for about 2 seconds there. Anyway, Eric, wave there. You good? I'm gonna pull you out, and we'll get him to come back in. So anyway, little glitch there, but Justin, it's great to have you here. And I'm going to give a little stage direction here to Eric. Sorry, guys, little live stuff here. So anyway, Justin, we're here. It's Thursday. Spring has sprung. We got about 13 inches of rain here today in South Jersey. It felt like old times here. So so spring has sprung, and so that means we're getting ready for some new spring beers from Cape May Brewery. So tell me, what do you guys got in the works for us? And one of them better start with a TL, from what I understand, and everybody's looking for it. Oh, he's thinking. Look at him.
TL. Oh, you got me thinking here. Spring means we usually have the favorites coming out, which of course is the Bog. That's a big one that we just released for New Jersey distribution in Pennsylvania. It'll come out, I believe, the week of the 28th in Delaware as well. And Tan Limes, which was a great summer beer.
TL.
Released. TL. Abbreviation, yeah. To Mexican style lager with lime.
Eric, are you with us, buddy? Well. Can you hear us?
Now I can hear you. Yeah, we're all good.
Sometimes we have a little glitch. It is Eric Worman, the sales manager. Eric, I don't know if you heard us. We were talking about your cool spring beers that you got coming out. Justin had mentioned the Tan Limes and the Bog, of course, which is everybody's favorite. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Justin. Go right ahead there.
No, those are the two big ones that we just released this week. So you'll start seeing them out, throughout the entire state. We're distributing the entire state of New Jersey. So over 1,500 different stores and restaurants can get it now. So that's the big one. Seltzer is coming into seltzer season as well. So we just released the seltzer a couple weeks ago. That's doing great. We've got
and there's the seltzer, guys. If you get over to the website, you can see the great artwork and the great stuff that's in the can. So go ahead, Justin. I just wanted to throw this up on the screen.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, we have the Sea Chest out right now, which is that hazy, juicy, fresh New England style pale ale that we have out. We have a couple weeks. We'll have Crushing It out for the summer, and you'll see some crazy things with Crushing It this year as well. So it's exciting time of the year.
Last year's Crushing It, the lemonade. What was it? The blueberry lemonade.
Yeah. People
lost their damn minds over that last year. It's amazing. So really, people love the Crushing It. But what's nice is, and we were talking a little bit beforehand, one of the things you guys do is you listen to the people that drink your product, that buy your product, and you keep bringing it back with different incarnations. And I think that's great. I mean, it shows good business acumen, and it also shows that you're making beers that people really, really like. And that speaks volumes. I can't wait to see what you're doing with the Crushing It this year. So Justin's talking about Jersey distribution. Eric, you're the sales manager. So as we know, you guys distribute also in Pennsylvania and Delaware. So is there anything that, that as far as distribution goes, how does it release outside of Jersey as compared to inside of Jersey?
Outside of Jersey, it's doing really well. I'm actually all the way up in North Jersey. So when I first came on a couple of years ago, we were kind of hesitant as how it would be received all the way up north. In Cape May County, we absolutely kill it all down the shore. It's just a staple in a lot of places. So expanding up into North Jersey, we weren't really sure how it was going to go. And it's really exploded up here as well. The one thing about Cape May is everyone can relate to it.
Exactly.
When you're looking at a cooler door now, there's 10,000 SKUs in a store. There's got to be something that you connect with. And everyone has some sort of connection with Cape May. So when we do things like beer fests or in-store tastings in liquor stores, I'll just have people constantly coming up to me saying, oh, I was just down in Cape May last week. We get a shore house every year. Or, you know, my aunt got married down there. Everyone's got a story. And that's really what brings people in.
And that's true. I mean, everybody can relate to going to the beach or to the shore, and your artwork and your branding and everything kind of reminds you, like puts you back in that spot. We do have a question up on the screen from a Christopher James Martin. Do you guys know who that is? I have no idea. He wants to know what your America's house guest.
America's house guest.
What are you sipping on there tonight, Justin?
I am enjoying Sea Chest here. So it's a 16-ounce New England hazy, juicy, fresh. It's a New England style IPA. It's really good.
And May Siger, excuse me if I butcher anybody's name, I'm so sorry. They're doing a family tasting at home of the Seltzer, the Irish Potato, Key Lime Corrosion, and the Beer of the Woman tomorrow. That's pretty cool. I mean, you guys had a nice celebration for the Beer of the Woman a few Fridays ago. It was really, really cool. So that's a pretty non-vertical tasting going on there with everything that they have going on. It sounds cool though.
Yeah, that's a nice wide range of product right there.
Yeah.
In a world of 10,000 IPAs, that's a nice selection to have. So
cool. I'm going to touch on that in a minute. But the other thing, you know, we get a lot of messages after we do these shows over on South Jersey Beer Scene and sjbeerscene.com. One of the things that people are asking, especially people that are in Jersey, is where you can find the beer. And one of the things is that you have on your website, which is really cool. A lot of people just use Instagram and Facebook, and that's great. But you guys have a fantastic website, and you have a beer finder that is really done well. It will show you where everything is happening, and you can, you know, go out, move it in, get to where it's closer, and actually find where the beer is. And I think that as all of us want information quickly, you know, it's nice to see that you have a beer finder that actually works up on your site.
We do, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, the data gets updated weekly based on actual people that are purchasing the products. You know, you can't always guarantee that a product's going to be there. So if you look, always call first. You know, call the store that you see on there, make sure they have what you're looking for, save you a trip. But most of the time, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, and I think that at least you get to know the stores that have it. And one of the ways that you can find Cape May beer is by asking your local bar, restaurant, or liquor store to say, hey, I've been looking for Cape May. Can you get me some in here? And for anybody that's a fan out there and you don't want to drive down to the shore to get it and you want to have it close to your home, that's a good way. People don't know unless you ask for it. We're beer people, so we know it. Not everybody that runs liquor stores are beer people. There's a lot of wine people and spirits people. Let them know what you want, people, if there's something that you see out there. I think that's a good tip to share with your friends. So we got some collaborations coming up too. Now I know you guys are pretty sneaky about stuff because I'll talk to you on a Thursday, then on Saturday I'll get some message on Facebook that there's a line forming out at Cape May Brewery because they have a secret pop-up thing. And I know that you guys are going to give anything away, but I think we can talk about one of the collaborations that'll be coming up, Eric, that you have. What's this one all about?
Yeah, so this one I actually found out about ahead of time. Normally, I don't get down all the way down to the brewery a lot. So a lot of times those, you know, backdoor series that they do, it seems like there's one or two every single week. And, you know, it's hard for me to even keep up with. But we are doing one coming up. Keep looking at our social media because there's kind of hints coming here and there. And there's a blog post about it now. But we're collaborating with Qualified Captain, which is an Instagram account that has a clothing line, and they're kind of an influencer account. But it's a really fun account. They basically show people screwing up in boats. So people backing their boat down a boat ramp into the water. People, you know, hitting a bridge because they didn't realize how low the clearance is. It's a great account, but it's really exciting to be involved with them. Those guys are great. Ryan speaks really highly of them. The collaboration seemed to go really smoothly. and it's going to be a really great beer. It's a style that we don't always have in stock, so it's nice to see something that's going to be really, really fun.
And what was the style? Are we going to know?
The style is actually a Helles lager. So
great! That's
like
awesome.
we said, in a world of IPAs and a world of fruited sours and pastry stouts, it's nice to have a good, clean beer that you can drink more than one of and not get tired of it, and have something when you're out in your boat screwing up.
Yeah, definitely.
Helles Lager is a great beer. It's one of the first craft beers that I fell in love with. Remember, they had one of our local Philadelphia beers had the one where the whole top came off the can of their Helles Lager. And I was like, I'm sold. I'm taking this right now. But
it's not in Jersey.
It's not in Jersey. No, it's not in Jersey. But,
you're not allowed to have those cans in New Jersey. Just
oh, really? I didn't know that. That is a cool thing. So
I think that they're posting some more information about the Qualified Captain blog too on the notes there. So if everyone checks it out.
Yeah, I just threw it up on the screen, guys. This stays in forever, so you can go back and hit those links and click them after the show.
There's if you guys ever get a chance to corner Mop Man, and make sure you ask him about Misty Dawn and how he could have been on Qualified Captain. I'll leave it at that.
That sounds like a little inside baseball that I need to know about here, guys. So Eric, how long have you been with Cape May?
So I started with Cape May in 2019. That's when we opened up the whole state. So before that, we were going about 2/3 of the way up. And then August of 2019 was when we kind of opened the floodgates. And we're going all the way tip to tip for a little while before we move to the new warehouse. We do have a distribution warehouse in Egg Harbor Township. And we were going from the brewery all the way up to, I have one account that makes Justin's life miserable, sending a truck all the way up there. That was about 4 hours away from the brewery. Is that right, Justin?
Almost. Yeah, almost. Yeah, all the way up in Malloy.
Oh, really? Wow.
Montague Township. Yeah, all the way in the tip.
Wow, so, that's well, Jersey traffic's usually not that bad, and it's a straight shot, so we're usually pretty good, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
that's exactly how it works. Well,
no size restrictions or anything on the parkway either.
Don't have to get off and get back on. Yeah, I know it's easy. Well, you know what's nice about it, and along with many other breweries here, but specifically Cape May, because you seem to be the groundbreaker in a lot of this, it's comforting for somebody to go into a store and see that little piece of their vacation from last summer, or to get them excited for this summer. A lot of people are commenting how they're from North Jersey and they come down here to see you as a recognizable thing. And you can share it with people, say, I was there and I had that beer when I was down, last summer. And it's kind of cool to take a little ownership and take a little bit of piece of that up north to our friends up north and in Philly and in Delaware that are a big part of the community here when the summer hits. So good job by you guys.
Yeah. It's what you just said on is important in the company too. It's all about listening. It's listening to the people. It's listening to the employees. It's listening to what people want. It's not just, people want the perk back. So, hey, maybe we'll make that happen this year,
Yeah. Tyler wants the perk. Listening.
And so much credit of that goes to our tasting room staff too, because those guys do a phenomenal job. Everyone that goes and visits the brewery has a great time. It's an awesome space. They just do a terrific job down there.
Yeah, and I think it's constantly changing. I just had a conversation with a couple people in the industry about how much has changed, but yet stayed the same. That commitment to your customer. I say patient because I'm a nurse. That commitment to your customer. And you could have just left your tasting room the way that it was, the way that you've updated over the years and made it more user-friendly and added the boutique and the outside area, and the way that you serve beer is kind of different than most people serve the beer, how you guys do it, that you're constantly looking for ways to make things better, not just for you guys, but for your consumer. And I think that that's a really, really cool thing.
And especially in the time of COVID, when they really got thrown a curveball, just like everybody did. They really adapted well and did a great job down there, and still made it a great place to come, even though, you're restricted on what you can do and where you can go.
And for those of you who are still, a little worried about the pandemic, you guys still offer some things that, the curbside stuff and, what have you, to go up there and grab your beer safely if you don't feel comfortable going into a liquor store. they do a fantastic job there. You're in, you're out. It's very organized. And I think Cape May County in general, the breweries around here, they learned it really, really quick and did a good job. And you guys were very exceptional. No exception to that. In fact, the other things, the add-ons, the T-shirts, the this, the that you can get, that was really, really done well. So we get through 15 minutes of this, and I usually wait till the end of the show to do this, but I was thinking about this today. We usually pop a music question in there and something like that. I want a little bit of time for this. I was sitting there watching one of my favorite movies, and I saw that movie when I was like 14. What movie would you like to bring back and be able to drink a beer to like you're watching it for the first time? Does that make sense? Like it's the first time you're watching it and you're able to sit there and drink a beer with it. Like I'm going to give you what mine is. Mine is Jaws, 100%. I saw Jaws when I was 12 years old in the theater, or what have you. I would love to have that experience of kicking back with a Cape May IPA on my couch and watching Jaws as for the first time as an adult. I know it's kind of a silly question, but do you guys have something like that? I know I put you on the spot, but
yeah, how much time do we have?
Go ahead.
I would say I really love the movie Groundhog Day.
Uh-huh.
And I would love to see that again for the first time. And we just watched Palm Springs came out last year. Kind of the same concept. It's a repeating day movie, and I just love that concept, and I love like how it unfolds. So I'd watch that one again.
What would be the beer that you would sit there and have while you're watching this? What would you pull out of the old fridge there, Eric?
Probably Always Ready, because I feel like I could make it like Groundhog Day and just keep going back and forth and getting them over and over. There you go.
All right, Justin, you've been warned not to say Ferris Bueller by the Cape May Brewing Company Facebook account.
So back to my brewery days, we used to be able to watch movies in the tap room, and I would play Ferris Bueller's Day Off on repeat every shift that I would work when I was behind the bar pouring beers. And honestly, if I had to choose just one movie, and only one movie, I would go at Ferris Bueller's Day Off. To watch it for the first time with a beer on the couch, and it just never gets old for me.
That's great. And I'm one of those guys who are old enough to have seen it in the theater and actually have driven there to say it. So yeah, that's dating me a little bit. But yeah, they're great. That's three really good movies. We have some people out there saying Goodfellas and Dazed and Confused. I don't think I could.
Is a good pick.
What's that? Dazed and Confused?
Goodfellas is a great pick.
Yeah. But those longer movies, I think I'd have to move down to something a little bit lighter, because I think after 3 or 4 Cape May IPAs, I'm just about ready at my age now to just go to sleep. I would never make it to the end of Goodfellas, and it'd be the next morning. They're like, oh, you missed the ending of it. So I like how we kept that hour-and-a-half movie limit in there and made it work. So just a fun question. I like to, to see how you guys think about that kind of stuff. All right. So guys, Cape May is constantly growing, constantly expanding their footprint around the state, and you've moved all of this beer all over the place. Do you do the same releases? So say, and just for the people that are out there, if you release Crushing It down here, Justin, Cape May County, are you going to be able to get it in North Jersey at a similar time frame?
Yeah. For the bigger wanted beers, absolutely. I mean, we're still going to stay where we have the backdoor beers, the special beers that get dropped at the tap room only, and we're still going to have those beers. But the big fan favorites, Crushing It, the Bog, Tan Limes, the variants of Crushing It that you may see this summer, maybe the Perp, but with Tan Limes and even the qualified captain boat ramp champ, you will be able to get it throughout the entire state, anywhere that we distribute. And as long as our partners in the other states want to bring the brand in, because we don't have control over the distributorships, right, we can only guide them. But as long as they're bringing it in, they usually get released right around the same time. So it's a lot of planning goes into it to make sure that the people get what they want.
Courtney, Garden State with cold Tan Limes. Garden State, that's something different. I'll go with her there. Sounds like Courtney. That's a good job with the Tan Limes.
Was that Zach Braff movie, right?
It's a little Zach Braff, and a little bit of mental instability happening in that one. So yeah, nothing personal there, Courtney. I wasn't talking about the mental instability part. I was talking about the cool. Let's pick the cool hit movie out of that. Eric, you guys have
going back to that too. One thing that we kind of pride ourselves on as salespeople is that we very, very, very rarely allocate things. A lot of times now you hear breweries coming out with small batches of stuff, and you got to check their Instagram to see which accounts got it and my local store didn't. And they, if you want Crushing It in your local store, ask for Crushing It. They're going to be able to get it. We don't like to limit who can get what. It's, we don't like to play that game. We want everyone to enjoy every beer that we make. So,
and, as a sales rep, as somebody who does sales, that's so awesome, because typically in the beer business, for those of you who don't know, it's like, hey, if you want this one, you got to buy 20, whatever, this one to be able to get this. And to be able to get your good stuff along with the stuff that's, I'm not saying not good, but not as in demand at that point, is a good thing. Salespeople. So you're a salesperson. So what does a beer guy do? Just go in and opens up a suitcase and so his picture says, buy my beer. It's a lot. Being a beer sales rep is a lot different than any other sales rep I know. So tell us a little bit about, for all those that are wanting to be a beer sales rep because they think it's going to be cool and fun, which it is. What are some of the things that that a sales rep does in the industry?
So I started in the industry in 2007. So I've been going on 14 years in this September. I worked for other distributors, and now I work for Cape May, obviously. But it's, the thing about beer sales that's different than others is I can't just go out and sell to any store. They have to have a liquor license. So you're dealing with on-premise, you're dealing with off-premise, meaning you can drink the beer on-premise or you can buy it and take it home and drink it off-premise. So on-premise is obviously bars and restaurants. Off-premise is going to be liquor stores. But it really is a fun job. You're going out and, I'm talking to people every day about something that they love. There's not a lot of people in the industry that don't like beer. And if they do, you can usually find something that they will like. So we do, in our company, it's different with each company I've worked with, but we each have territories. We go out, we see our same accounts every single week. We show them what's new. We see what they had from last week. We see what they sold. And we try and refill the shelves, build some displays, get some floor space, get some shelf space, get them to have our stuff as much as possible. And the biggest thing with this company now, because it's such a new territory for me, is getting new accounts. So that's where you guys come in, is ask people for Cape May, because then we can sign up the new accounts. We can get new liquor stores carrying it every day. Like Justin said, we have over 1,500 accounts in New Jersey carrying Cape May. But believe it or not, think about every single bar, every single American Legion, every single liquor store, every TGI Fridays, every sports bar. I mean, there's a lot of liquor stores, or a lot of liquor licenses, rather, out there.
There's almost 9,000 liquor licenses in the state of New Jersey. Right. That's around there.
Crazy. And Justin's been to all of them with one of his Cape distributing trucks. All this week, probably. But one of the things I think is different from a beer salesman than any other salesman is that you guys are the marketing guys. You're the guys that are pouring the beers and doing tastings. You're working nights, you're working weekends, you work all these festivals. I mean, it's hard work. And you guys have a great team. I know the guys that work for you have come from other places, and you guys have an all-star cast of sales reps over there now. And it's one of those jobs that you have to really believe in what you're selling. And the love of that thing is what drives it, because beer is not, there's a million beer sales reps out there, and I love you all if you're watching, but to see that the things that you guys do different, we were talking about some of this stuff that I saw, like your Seltzer Display. I was surprised and shocked. I went out to last week, I was walking in, and your Seltzer displays are front and center. That is a really hard thing to do. When you have shelf space out there. So you have to build these relationships. And it was cool to see it because I was up north a little bit, and to see that out front like that, it was really, really cool.
Because it's so good.
And it's so good. And it seems to be doing well. So you have the 4 flavors of the seltzer right now. Is that we're at 4?
Yes.
All right. So when's the Wizards of Cape May coming out with the next round of new flavors?
Well, to start this one, they have been selling the seltzer in the tasting room. They had it on draft. They've cycled through a lot of different flavors, and these 4 seem to be the best ones that everyone liked. That's obviously why we picked these 4. They do an awesome job. They run through. That's how a lot of stuff comes into distribution, is what does well in the tasting room. But there are other flavors they've tried. I don't know what the future holds, but there
I
may
see.
be.
I see a contest in the future at some point of like, let's vote something in. Like they used to vote the M&M color out. Let's try and vote something in, and then make everybody sit and figure out how they're going to make it the best ever. Because you won't release it until you have it perfect. I know those guys. I mean, they're not going to do that. So that'll be just that little free marketing for Cape May Brewing Company. Just a little free contest that you guys need more work to do. So.
Yeah. It's funny you say they always make great stuff. If you heard some of our sales meetings when they ask us what we should be brewing for the following year, and most of us not being brewers, the way we describe these beers and the horrible vocabulary that we use of why don't we make like a dark lager with coconut and potatoes in it, and then they'll hear that and they will translate it into something they put in a glass and they give it to us and we drink it and we go, wow, that was really good. That's exactly what I was talking about. I don't even know how you did that. So
it's funny. Brian Hink was on here one night and we were talking about barrel aged beers, and you guys, your barrel age program, I love the stuff that you guys do there. And he made the most amazing description of a barrel aged product. And he said it with one sentence: the barrel is an ingredient. And the way that he purveyed that, now I'm able to explain to people. He did it back in brewer speak to me that the barrel is an ingredient. The barrel is part of the flavor profile. And as a guy who loves beer and trying to explain what a barrel does to something, it was the perfect culmination. He was able to take what I was trying to say there and turn it into something that made the explanation a little bit easier. And I've stolen that from Brian. I'm saying it's mine everywhere else. That I do these shows and saying that the barrel is a thing. So when, as a sales rep, you guys know a lot about beer. I know you, and you know a lot about, you have to know a lot about beer because they're going to say, what's this taste like? And you're going to kind of figure that out. To be able to have that kind of collaboration that we see all over CNBC is a pretty cool thing. From the tasting room to Justin, to Eric, to the people in packaging, to the people driving the trucks like America's House Guest Chris Martin. I think the way that you have built that synergy in there is pretty amazing. And I know I'm here on your show telling you that, but we don't see that in a lot of businesses. And that's why I think it's one of the reasons it's been able you to grow a little bit. So that's my commentary.
When I first started here, I said I was amazed that everybody is good at their job. Everybody here is good at their job. I felt like I was joining, an all-star team, like you said, of salespeople. And every single person, when you bring something up, you have an issue, you want to change something, people actually listen to you and then act on it. Which is like, sounds like common sense, but that's mind-boggling in the beer industry sometimes. Like, people get stuck in their ways. People want to do things a certain way. And all you have to say is, what do you think of this? And it doesn't matter if it's, someone way at the bottom or someone way at the top. Everybody will listen and say, okay, why don't we give it a shot?
It's amazing. It's very amazing the crew of people you have over there that I know from all different walks of the beer world that did something somewhere else, and now they're a packaging guy over there, or they were doing this here, and now they're learning the business all inside and out. And it's a pretty cool thing that's going on here. So we only got a few minutes left. I'm not going to get any secrets out of you guys. I know that you won't tell me any, but let's just hit Justin. What is the thing you're looking most forward to as spring breaks? Is there a product? Is there something that we have out there? Is there something going on that, this year's a little different than last year? I think that last year, right now, we were just shutting everything down. Now we have some hopefulness that we'll be able to open a little bit more and do some things. So what are you looking most forward to coming up this spring and summer for CNBC? Anything?
I'm excited for the lineup for the summer and, in the spring, kicking it off with Tan Limes in the Bog. And I'm super excited for the Qualified Captain collaboration. Some things that you'll see our tractor trailers on the road this year. We've got Drafzilla. If you haven't seen it yet, keep your eye out for a 53-foot long tractor trailer with, all the iconography on the sides. And we just acquired another trailer. We're calling it Kong. So we got Drafzilla and Kong, and the tap room with the boutique and the beer garden getting open for the summer. It's just that time of the year, man. I'm excited for all of it.
Yeah. Eric, how about you? Anything in particular?
I'm really excited, like Justin said, about the lineup that we have. I don't think we took anything away from last summer that we were doing. All your favorite beers are going to be there, but we added a bunch, like a lot, and but they're all really good, and they're ones that, a lot of them that we've seen before, and a lot of them that are going to be completely new. That I'm really excited to see how they come out. And so, Brian likes to pop into our sales meetings and all of a sudden be like, "Hey, we got this coming out in 2 months," and we say, "Where did this come from?" But it sounds great. I'm excited. But wow, where did you even come up with that? Like
it's good to be the case.
Milkshake.
Yeah, I mean, I just got a text. Do we have any more of the Grape Good Good?
The Grape Good Good was a tasting room only beer, so I do believe that they're unfortunately sold out of it right now, but keep your eyes open for another Good Good behind it.
Okay, well, there you go. I got a little bit out of them. Well, anyway, I guess, guys, our time is up here. Eric, it was great having you on here. Thanks for being you are now broken the seal. You are now not a first-time guest. Justin's the old pro, and I'm thinking about 6 months he can just take over for me. You guys won't need me anymore. But anyway, just remember, guys, the tasting room, the hours for the tasting room. Do you guys had your 12 to 8 still every day? Or?
I think it's 12 to 7.
12. Look, guys, they're open every day.
Refer to the comments.
Yeah, get on the website and check it out. Get on the website and check it out. Make sure you get your takeout. Make sure you use your beer finder. Go to Cape May Brewing on CapeMayBrewery.com for the beer finder. Learn about all the beers that are coming out. Stick to Instagram and Facebook, but the website, great tool. You have a great blog that you guys do. That is really cool. We have a little confirmation. We are 12 to 7 open daily down there in Cape May as the weather starts to get nice and the governor's allowed us to have a little bit more capacity. Really looking forward to it. So for Justin and for Eric, thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you in a month with the Thirsty Thursday Live with Cape May Brewing Company. Cheers, everybody.
See ya.
Cheers.